What is up, guys? Rick Cacus here, and Call of Duty World War II has just been released, and already there's quite a lot of controversy, mainly having to do with its loot box system. Well, that's what I want to discuss in this video. Talk about what this loot crate system is really all about. Is it as bad as people are saying, or is it potentially worse? Because even though I'm mainly doing Destiny, I know this is a huge game. I've been playing Call of Duty since finest hour on the GameCube, so I'm a Call of Duty fan. I really want this game to be good, but is it going to be ruined again by greedy microtransactions? Well, again, let's find out. So, what really is going on here with the loot crate system? Well, the main thing that I think a lot of people are really surprised by, upset by, is that opening loot crates in Call of Duty World War II is a public spectacle. There's really no other word for it. That's because in World War II, they added a social space, very similar to the social spaces like the farm or the tower within Destiny and Destiny 2, where you can go, your character becomes third person, you can walk around, there's a bunch of other people there. It's actually kind of a cool concept. There's several different NPCs there that you can go and accept quests and contracts from. And there's also even a firing range where you can go and test out new weapons to see the recoil and stuff and see attachments. That's all good. However, you can also open loot crates here. What you do is you press the right trigger, you select a loot crate, you throw down a smoke grenade essentially, and a loot crate falls out of the sky and opens in front of you. And as you can see from the background gameplay I captured, people are doing this everywhere. Like, you can see, other people can see your loot crates, you can see other people's loot crates, and you can see exactly what they get. Now, other games have been doing this actually for a while. In Destiny, I believe it says when you get like an exotic emote in the chat feed. In fact, this is going back to Team Fortress 2. It actually says so-and-so has opened the loot box and got the super special hat. So this isn't necessarily a new thing in concept. It's new that we're actually seeing the loot crate and the loot for ourselves. We are seeing essentially what the person who opened that loot crate also saw. Now, why is this done? Well, simple. It's done to encourage other people to get more supply drops. And it kind of works. To be honest, when I was getting this footage and I was looking at everyone get these sweet camos and everything, I kept checking my supply drops. I knew I didn't have them, but I kept opening up the tab being like, maybe there's one I forgot about, you know? You actually do see people get sweet loot and you're like, oh, I want to go and earn supply drops for myself. Now, very importantly, two things about supply drops right now. Number one, you can't buy them. Well, I know that is surprising, I'm sure, to hear for some of you watching, but yes, you cannot buy supply drops right now in World War II. Now, does that mean you'll never be able to buy them? Absolutely not. 100% guarantee Activision will introduce a way to purchase supply drops within the future. But as of right now, you can't buy them, so you can only go and earn them. And number two, as of right now, they're only cosmetic. I've never seen an actual weapon. It's just, you can get different calling cards, you can get different weapon camos, you can get different salutes, like different emotes essentially, you can get different attachments, like certain grips and so on, but it's all cosmetic, with the only exception being you can get experience bonuses. You can actually get like a common 5 minutes of double XP or 5 minutes of double weapon XP. Now, something slightly concerning is that you can get like 15 minutes, like a legendary drop of 15 minutes of Division XP. Now, that's slightly concerning because Division XP is actually really useful. If you're a level 1 in the Airborne Division, you just get a silencer you can put on your SMGs. If you're level 4 in the Airborne Division, you run faster, you run for longer, and you mantle stuff faster. So you have an actual advantage over lower level Division players. So the fact that they're actually awarding Division XP, I mean, that could be actually looked at as a little pay to win as soon as the ability to buy this stuff actually kicks in. But by the time that happens, so many people are going to be level 4 in their divisions. I don't think it's ever going to be that big of an issue, but it's something I thought I should mention. But quite frankly, I've got to be blunt with you guys. I've been playing Call of Duty a long time. I know what's up. And even though you can't buy them right now and it's all cosmetic, which on paper, that's totally great, that is just setting the table essentially. Setting it up for paying to buy supply drops and for actual weapons within these supply drops. I played Black Ops 3 a lot. I know what's coming because Black Ops 3 was the same thing. You couldn't buy them and it was cosmetic only. And then suddenly you can buy them. And then suddenly there's weapons in them. And I guarantee World War II is going to ramp up in the exact same style. So just prepare yourselves. Now, with that being said, even if the option to pay for supply drops is introduced, as of right now, there's actually quite a few ways you can just earn supply drops in-game. There's contracts, which you have to buy essentially for a certain in-game currency, and then certain contracts are like you have 10 minutes to get 35 kills in team deathmatch. That's actually not too easy to do. They might have to kind of tone them down a little bit. Others are as simple as get 5 headshots within 10 minutes of gameplay, or I think it was 20 minutes of gameplay, but that doesn't award you with supply drops. The simpler ones just award you with experience. So the harder ones, the get 135 kills in 40 minutes and stuff, they award you with rare supply drops if you do complete them. Now, right next to the contract tab, you have the collections tab, and here you can actually buy with that same currency that you use to purchase the contracts. You can outright buy certain weapon skins and certain calling cards and so on, and then if you buy enough of them, you will unlock a weapon up top, an epic variant weapon. Now, as you can see with the STG, it looks a little bit different than the normal STG. That's actually not the proper camo. It's kind of glitched up right now, but it will award, firstly, 10% more experience within multiplayer, which again, I don't think that's super pay to win or anything because it tends to be well balanced. Like the PPSH is ridiculous and you unlock it right away. But it also has a zombie perk to make it a little bit more effective in that game mode, which is very interesting. In any event, as I said, you can buy with the currency outright all of these things to unlock the weapon, or you can also get all of these things through supply drops. And then eventually, if you get lucky enough, you will get the weapon unlocked for getting all of them. Now, in addition to contracts, you also have assignments. They are essentially more missions, getting a double kill with grenades, getting a certain amount of kills in team deathmatch, winning a game of search and destroy. You have the weekly assignments, which are just, get 500 kills in a week or something like that. Those will award rare supply drops. The other ones don't necessarily reward supply drops. So those are the ways to get supply drops in-game. Contracts. You also get them randomly at the end of matches, like they're just awarded to, I think, 3 random people within the lobby, or you can do assignments. So there's actually quite a bit of ways to get rare supply drops. I think it's probably easier to get supply drops in this game than it was in Black Ops 3 with crypto keys. So that is how the supply drop system works within Call of Duty World War II. There's a lot of moving parts. Is it as bad as people are saying? Well, quite frankly, I have no idea, and you know what? No one has any idea. I've seen outrage videos, I've seen defend videos, but no one really knows how bad this whole thing is going to get. They could introduce weapons that are clearly better than the weapons we have right now, like the MSMC in Black Ops 3, and they could be extremely, extremely rare. They actually added another rarity. Like there's common, then there's blue, which is rare, then there's purple, which is legendary, then there's like orange, which is epic, and that used to be it, but now there's red, which is heroic. And you can see it here when someone gets a heroic sniper rifle skin. But I guarantee if they add weapons, they'll be in the heroic rarity. Now, if they do add these weapons, but if the drop rates aren't like ridiculously low like Black Ops 3, and you have a reasonable chance to get supply drops in game, and even if they have stuff like triple plays in Black Ops 3, where if you win, 50, 75, 100 games, you'll get a guaranteed DLC ranged weapon, that's gonna be not as bad. I know people are so against supply drops, and trust me, I'm not a fan, but I played a lot of Black Ops 3 for the DLC weapons, to try to get the DLC weapons, to do triple plays and stuff. And if those weapons weren't in the game, I can't say I would have played as much. Now, with that being said, it's a double-edged sword. I literally quit Black Ops 3 because it was so frustrating. I did a triple play and got a freaking launcher, right? I was so frustrated. The drop rates were so low, I just got sick of it and I stopped playing. So the thing that kept me playing is also the thing that made me say, you know what, F this game, I'm done, right? So it's quite a thin line. But here's the thing that is ridiculous. When I go to the store, the first thing I see, the Seasons Pass. If Activision is planning to start milking the microtransactions cow, why is there a Seasons Pass? Why, at this day and age, when we have such a clear supply drop system, when we know for a fact that Activision is going to introduce COD points or whatever it is to outright buy these supply drops, if we know that's coming, why are they also still charging for DLC like it's Modern Warfare 2? Right? Activision wants it both ways. They want to milk you both ways. The Seasons Pass, and they also are going to introduce the supply drops microtransaction system. I think a lot of people, I know personally, I would be fine with a microtransactions supply drop system as long as you were able to earn them reasonably in-game without paying if there was free DLCs. Like if they had free DLC packs where you get new multiplayer maps and then you also get a zombies map all for free? Sign me up. I'm on board for that. But the fact that they're doing both is what's annoying here. In any event, guys, that is exactly how the supply drop system works. Decide for yourselves if you're willing to put up with that system and buy World War II. Overall, it seems like a pretty decent game. Or if you're someone who's like, you know what, I don't want to have to do this whole supply drop crap on top of a supply drop system crap, I'm out, right? That's a totally reasonable thing to say as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. Now, if you guys want to see more Call of Duty content potentially, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear it. Now, also guys, if you want to get in touch with me and keep up to with the latest channel activity, definitely check me out on Twitter at RickCacus. That's linked in the description down below, as is my Twitch channel, which you can also follow. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.